Hello people, how's it going? My name is Mariusz and yes, all my hair is gone, completely gone, so get over it. In this video we're gonna talk all about slow motion. Smooth slow motion actually starts in the camera. Your camera needs to be able to record at least 50 or 60 frames per second, but the higher the frame rate, the more you're gonna be able to slow it down in your edit. Nowadays, almost all cameras are able to shoot at least 60 frames per second, and more of them are able to do 120 frames per second, like Sony a7 III or even GoPros. GoPro's probably even able to record 240 or something like that. It's crazy what you can achieve with the GoPro. Or even your smartphone, even iPhone does 60 or even more frames per second. The problem is people don't actually know how to set up your camera to be able to record that frame rate. So I will show you now how to do it on my Sony a7R II, and then I'll show you the same thing on the iPhone XS Max, which I use. So in a7R II you go into the menu and you scroll to file format and you can choose the HD, which is where you can do the 60 frames per second. And I have actually choose 60 frames per second already, but you can choose 30, you can choose 24, and you can choose 120, but that's 720p, so you need to be careful with that. Honestly, you want to do this one and you're good to go, and you're able to record the video in slow motion. And in the iPhone you just basically go into your settings, you go to your camera settings. Where is that? Camera settings, not photos. Camera settings, and you basically choose record the video and you change it to either 1080 HD 60 frames per second or 4K 60 frames per second. I'm gonna choose the 4K. And you also have a slow motion in iPhone, and you can do either, and I'm gonna just choose 240 frames per second here. Now that you know how to shoot higher frame rate footage in your camera, let me show you how to edit it. Let's jump into Premiere Pro and I'll show you exactly how to do it. When it comes to editing the slow motion, I've created a new timeline and I've added a nice clip that I'll be able to slow down, and you can see that here. So there's two ways of doing this slow motion, and there is a formula for the first one, which I'm gonna pop on the screen here. Basically, you create your sequence and you choose your frame rate, and I usually edit on the 24 frame rate per second timeline. So there's this formula, 24 frames per second, which is my timeline, divided by 60 frames per second, which is my clip recorded in 60 frames per second, and that multiplies by 100, and that gives you the percentage of slowing down your footage. So what I'm gonna end up with is gonna be 40%. So I'm gonna slow that down to 40%, and you can see how smooth that footage is. And this is basically the easiest way to edit on your timeline. So if you're doing 30 frames per second, you're gonna have 30 by 60 multiplied by 100, that's gonna be 50%. You know what I mean. And there is different way of doing that. So it's basically you go to modify your clip and you interpret your footage. And what you're doing here, you assume that the footage is recorded in 24 frames per second. So now you can see that this is all slowed down for you already, and this is quite good for when you want to stabilize the footage with warp stabilizer, because if you do it the other way, you need to nest the clips to then be able to use the warp stabilizer on it. So this is how you get smooth slow motion in your videos. Let me know in the comments if you've been doing it this way or some other way, and also let me know what else would you like me to talk about, and I'll try to make videos about it. If you want to support the channel, I made a video about Soundstripe and you can check it out here. And basically it's a very nice subscription website with all the music you're gonna need for your videos, either for your vlogs or your YouTube videos or even for your client videos. Check it out. The link is gonna be in the top of the description. And if you want to support the channel even further, there is Amazon affiliate links in the description with all the equipment that I'm using. So if you buy anything from that, I get a little bit of a commission and you're not paying anything extra. So thank you very much for using those links. That helps me a lot. So if you like this video, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss all my future content. For now, keep it sleek, peace and love, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.